Spring has sprung. In today's video, we're going to talk about some of the biggest mistakes we see homeowners either make or maybe they just simply don't know about when it comes to their HVAC system. I think if you stick around to the last one, I might surprise you because many folks think they do know, and I'm going to set the record straight. But let's dive into this. 5 biggest mistakes. The first one being, you know what I'm going to say. It's what everyone says comes springtime, and that is maintenance. This is always a hot topic, a hot button, a debate. I just read a comment literally today where someone was commenting on one of my other videos and said, oh, maintenance in general is kind of a scam. It's HVAC companies just trying to make money off of you. And I'm not saying there isn't some of that, but I think it's a big mistake when folks simply overlook maintenance. And we're not just saying, hey, you need to do some maintenance here. I'm saying there are certain things that should be maintained. Of course, cleanliness, of course, cleaning things like the coil and making sure that system has good airflow through it. All big things. But if you think about your heating and air system from a switching gears standpoint, so whether it's a furnace or a heat pump or some variation of, it was doing certain things, it was burning a fossil fuel, and now we've got, especially if it's not a heat pump, if you've got a straight AC, you've got a unit that's been just literally sitting there for months on end. But the other thing you've got there is a drain that, unless it's one of the high efficiency furnaces that are on the market where it has a drain and it creates condensation, which is a whole nother topic, you've also got a drain that's now been sitting there. I've already seen comments on our videos where folks are saying, hey, I didn't even know there was a drain at all, and now it's backing up and I'm switching to AC for the first time. Bottom line, let's get back on topic, and that is we're going into AC mode. We're about to get into summer season. You've got an appliance that has just been sitting there. We need to make sure it's running as efficient as possible and up to snuff. So don't overlook maintenance. It's springtime. Let's get it taken care of. And I'll just, before I move to the second one, also a little tip there is don't wait until summer. You may pay more money. Some companies charge their pricing based on how busy they are. Supply and demand, right? So if they're super busy and now you're wanting them to go back and do a spring tune-up, but they're in the middle of their peak summer season, you might pay peak summer prices. Right or wrong, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you the facts. Get your maintenance done now before those folks get super busy.
Measuring.
Number 2, I think it's a mistake when a lot of homeowners don't monitor their humidity well enough. And I think simply monitoring it, you can get a little device, a psychrometer or some other humidity monitoring device online. I'll put a link down in the description of this video of one that I like. But the biggest problem with humidity that a lot of homeowners don't understand is, yes, there's a range. Yes, air conditioners should be sized accordingly, but most air conditioners are sized so that they can keep up on a extremely hot day. So if you've got a system that was supposed to reach 75 degrees on a 95-degree day, all those other days that are not 95-degree days, those mild days, those days where your air conditioner might only run for a small amount of time, then humidity could become a problem. Your air conditioner doesn't run long enough. It doesn't remove enough humidity. You've now dropped the temperature in there, and there's a whole array of problems that can be caused from that. Things like dew point, condensation, of course, the big ugly word, mold, all kinds of things that just simply not monitoring your humidity could play a role in.
Thank you to BOLDR for sponsoring this video.
Are you still using this old remote to control your AC? Upgrade to the Klima Smart Controller and unlock a host of smart functions to help you reduce energy consumption by 30% and automate home climate. And the best part, it's compatible with all brands of air conditioners, mini splits and heat pumps. Now you can control your AC from anywhere in the world, schedule your AC, see your bills in real time, switch off your AC automatically based on occupancy, and even detect open windows. Everything to keep energy consumption as optimized as possible. Upgrade your AC experience today.
Number 3 is allergies. This one is a big one for me personally. I have allergies. Pollen is my biggest trigger. I consume a lot of Allegra in the springtime, and I think it's a mistake when homeowners just simply throw medications at it instead of looking at some of the solutions that we see out there today. You might need to consume a whole lot less allergy medication if you consider some of the indoor air quality products that are on the market. And so I think ultimately ignoring a lot of the air purification products that are out there, and I'm not one of those. There's a lot of heating and air guys in our industry that are now taking aim at some of those products because of one reason or another. So I'm not saying that I hate all of those products like some of those other experts, but I will say they may not be the solution here. I think filtration is your biggest thing you should be looking at. The big 3 are humidity, which we already talked about, ventilation, bringing fresh air into your home, and then the third of the biggest one is filtration. And I think that third one is the one you should be looking at the most. And I also think that whether it's pollen or some other particulate in the air, some other VOC, some other problem in your home, I think simply having your air tested. We've got technologies today that we didn't have just a few short years ago. You can literally buy air testers. I'll put a link to one that I like down in the description of this video as well. You can monitor the air you're breathing at any given time. Number 4, I don't think enough homeowners test ahead, and we kind of touched on this a moment ago, but I would say switching from heat to AC, you've got a system that hasn't been running very long. One of the big things I have seen a lot of times, even in my own heating and air business years ago, is you've got homeowners that have been using heat for several months in a row. Now it's time to switch to AC, and they had a refrigerant leak they didn't even know about. I remember some folks having a heat pump where they were running on auxiliary heat strips for several months, and now it's time for that thing to produce some AC, and it's not keeping up, if at all. I'm not saying you need to just simply switch to AC mode and leave it. Obviously, you could get cold tonight, but I definitely think whether it's today or tomorrow at 3 o'clock during that warmest time of the day, even if it only gets up to 60 degrees where you are, 50 degrees, whatever the warmest it can get, flip it to AC. Let's make sure that that thing is going to blow some cool air in your house. And that's part of the maintenance thing, right? We talked about maintenance, having the system maintained and having it cleaned up and so on. So they should test it, but I wouldn't even wait for that heat and air company to arrive that you've scheduled for next Friday. I'm saying today, during the warmest time, let's go ahead and flip that system on and see if it's going to blow cool. And then finally, number 5, I've got some honorable mentions after this one, so stick around. But number 5 for me that I see as a mistake is a lot of homeowners are either closing vents in certain parts of the house during certain times of the year or opening those vents. So maybe you're going from heating to cooling and you're going to close some vents, or again, maybe the opposite. I would be careful with closing vents entirely. I'm not a big fan of that. You're adding static to that system. You're putting wear and tear on that system. Does that necessarily mean that it's bad in all cases? Absolutely not. But I do think having a system that's properly balanced by a professional, having it zoned, possibly with a zoning system where those dampers can open and close as that area calls, also having modulating dampers that don't close entirely, all of that could save your heating and air system from the extra wear and tear and also keep you more comfortable. And finally, the honorable mentions. Before I mention these honorable mentions, I'll just want to say if I missed something that you think is a big mistake folks make in the springtime, I'd love to hear about that down in the comment section below. But the honorable mentions I'll mention in this video are a lot of folks have their maintenance done to this system. They take care of everything the way they're supposed to. They replace air filters the way they're supposed to. But the big thing they always forget about is those accessories. So if you do have a dehumidifier or humidifier, you're probably not going to use that in the summer, but those have pads in them. Dehumidifiers have filters. Other indoor air quality products on the market sometimes have media that needs to be replaced. Maybe it needs to be cleaned and so on. Don't neglect your accessories that are mounted on your heating and air system. You may have paid a lot of money to have them put there and they're rendered useless or can have issues because you're not having them maintained. And so the other honorable mention that I don't think folks think about enough when it comes springtime is bushes near your outdoor unit. and those bushes are now going to come out of a dormant state. They're going to grow in some cases, they may bloom and so on, and they're going to possibly impede airflow where your outdoor unit is located. Making sure that it's good and clear, it can breathe, it's got good airflow, can play a big role in not just its performance, but also breakdowns. So that's my big spring mistakes that I wanted you to know. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. The goal is obviously not to have any problems as we get closer and closer to those warm temperatures. If you like this video, I think you'll like this one even more. It's where we talk about a big shortage in the HVAC industry you need to know about. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button for more HVAC tips. We'll see you next time.